Have you ever read a book that didn't just tell you a story, but made you see the world differently? For me, A Thousand Splendid Suns was that book. Because before reading it, I knew about Afghanistan. You hear about it in the news, the war, the Taliban, the troops pulling out, and all those on the headlines. But it felt far away, like a history lesson. This book changed that. It showed me not just the war, but the people. Ordinary women, men, children, trying to live in the middle of all of it. And the Taliban, reading about their rule and opened my eyes. I realized what it means when a group decides that half the population, being women, doesn't deserve to learn, to laugh, to walk freely outside. That's not just politics, that's everyday life stolen. Think about it. Imagine tomorrow someone told you your daughter can't go to school. Your sister has to cover her head or risk being beaten. You can't walk to the store alone. Can you picture that? That's what women in Afghanistan lived through. That's what some of them are still living today. And the war? It wasn't just battles between soldiers. It was bombs falling on neighbors, families displaced, kids growing up not knowing what peace feels like. For us, war is something we see on the screen. For them, it's the sound of helicopters overhead at night. Here's the thing though, this isn't just about Afghanistan. It's about what happens when power is used to cage people. It makes me ask myself, and maybe you should ask yourself too, where in our own lives do we see little versions of this? The control, the silencing, the way people, especially women, are told who they can be. What really broke me while reading this was the realization that sometimes survival means obeying, and that's not weakness. That's just the reality of living under fear. But even then, in the quietest corners, people still hold on to hope, still whispers to themselves, one day the sun will rise again. And isn't that incredible? That even in the face of war, love and resilience don't disappear. They bend, they suffer, but they don't break. So let me ask you, when you think of Afghanistan, what comes to your mind first? Is it just the war? Or is it the people, real people, who love their families, who want education, who dream of safety just like we do? Because that's what this book did for me. It turned the Taliban from an abstract headline into something real, a reminder of how fragile freedom is, how quickly rights can vanish, and how precious it is to fight for them. And here's where it ties back to us. We may not live in a war zone, but we all know what it feels like to feel powerless. We all know what it's like to be told, this is your place, don't step out of line. And maybe that's why the story resonates so much. Because deep down, we want to believe, no matter how dark it gets, the sun rises again. So, yeah, A Thousand Splendid Suns is about love, it's about survival. But it also opened my eyes to war, not as numbers, not as politics, but as daily life for people like us. And it made me grateful, but also restless. Restless to never take freedom for granted. Restless to remember that behind every headline, there are human hearts still hoping for their dawn. And maybe that's what I want to leave you with today. The reminder that no matter where you are, what you've gone through, or how much you have been taken or how much has been taken away from you, the night doesn't last forever. A thousand splendid suns are waiting for them, for us, and for you.